In the depths of the enchanted forest, there lived a cute rabbit named Cotton. Cotton loved exploring the wonders of nature every day, but his favorite time was sunset. Because during sunset, the sky transformed into a magnificent spectrum of colors. Reds, oranges, pinks, all colors danced over the enchanted forest. Cotton couldn't wait to witness this extraordinary spectacle every day. One day, Cotton's closest friend, a squirrel named Whiskers, invited him to watch the sunset. "Cotton, I have something special planned for you today," exclaimed Whiskers excitedly. "Let's celebrate sunset time together. What do you say?" Cotton happily accepted Whiskers' invitation. Together, they journeyed towards the highest peak of the enchanted forest. Along the way, the melodious songs of birds accompanied their steps. When they finally reached the summit, the scenery before them was breathtaking. The sky was painted with a range of colors, stretching from orange to pink. Clouds spread like a golden blanket. Cotton and Whiskers were mesmerized by this magical sight. "How beautiful!" exclaimed Cotton as he watched the dazzling panorama. "Yes, truly wonderful," replied Whiskers with a smile. As they watched the sun slowly disappear on the horizon, a sense of melancholy crept over Cotton. When the sun sets, darkness will fall, he thought. But Whiskers reassured him. "Don't worry, Cotton. The night has its own beauty. Stars will shine, and the forest will be illuminated by moonlight. Besides, it's a perfect time to drift off to sleep." Feeling reassured by Whiskers' words, Cotton tried to ease his mind. "Yes, you're right," he said softly. "I'm looking forward to discovering the beauty of the night." Together, they watched the last rays of the sun, feeling the tranquility and peace enveloping the enchanted forest. As the final rays of the sun vanished on the horizon, Whiskers snuggled up to Cotton. "Now it's time to celebrate sunset time," he said. "Let's join our other animal friends and share this special moment together." Cotton smiled and followed Whiskers as they ventured into the depths of the enchanted forest. When they arrived at the gathering place where their animal friends had gathered, they saw everyone was in high spirits. They had come together to celebrate sunset time. In the depths of the enchanted forest, all the animals had gathered. Cotton's friends chatted happily, sharing stories with each other. Cotton looked around and smiled with happiness. After all, the most beautiful moments were those spent with loved ones. However, something unexpected happened during the celebrations. A darkness like none they had ever seen spread throughout the enchanted forest. The sky suddenly turned pitch black, and the animals looked at each other in concern. This unexpected event left everyone bewildered. Turning to Whiskers, Cotton asked, "What's happening, Whiskers? Why is the sky so dark?" Whiskers' face was filled with alarm. "I don't know, Cotton, but I fear there's trouble in the enchanted forest," he said anxiously. "Let's investigate together." Cotton and Whiskers, along with their other animal friends, set out into the depths of the enchanted forest to investigate. But what they saw left them stunned. Nothing was as it used to be in the forest. Trees had withered, flowers had faded. The magical atmosphere of the enchanted forest had vanished, replaced by a dark foreboding. Cotton and his friends decided to work together to find out why the mystical powers of the enchanted forest had disappeared. Thus began an adventure-filled journey, and Cotton, Whiskers, and their other animal friends joined forces to unravel the mystery. Upon hearing the news of the disappearance of the enchanted forest's mystical powers, all the animals in the forest were filled with concern. But Cotton and his friends, without losing hope, believed that there were still beautiful and magical things in their forest. Cotton, Whiskers, and the other animals began searching every corner of the enchanted forest, seeking ways to restore the lost powers. They spoke with every animal they encountered, examined every tree and flower, but they couldn't find a solution. As the days passed, the dark atmosphere of the enchanted forest grew even heavier. Cotton and his friends continued their struggle without losing hope. One day, deep in the forest, they encountered an old and wise turtle. The turtle was pleased to meet Cotton's group and decided to help them. "We must find a way to restore the lost powers of the enchanted forest," said the turtle. "But to do that, we must go to the heart of the enchanted forest." Under the leadership of the turtle, Cotton and his friends set out for the heart of the enchanted forest. Along the way, they faced many obstacles, but they overcame them by working together and supporting each other. Finally, when they reached the heart of the forest, they were greeted by a magnificent sight. There was a lake shimmering with the reflection of the sky. This lake was the lifeblood of the enchanted forest, and it was said that the lost powers were hidden here. Cotton and his friends gathered around the lake and prayed together. With the power of their prayers, the water of the lake began to glow. And finally, the lost powers of the enchanted forest were reborn from the water of the lake. A beam of light descended upon the forest, dispelling all darkness and bringing back the light. Cotton and his friends embraced each other with joy. The enchanted forest had regained its former magic. Cotton, Whiskers, and the other animals thanked the turtle with gratitude for the miracle they had witnessed. The turtle smiled and said, "Remember, working together can always create the greatest miracles." With the restoration of the enchanted forest's lost powers, Cotton and his friends came together to celebrate sunset time once again. This time, the celebration was even more lively and joyous. Animals from every corner of the forest joined in, dancing and singing, celebrating the moment when the sun set. And so, when the lost powers of the enchanted forest were restored, Cotton and his friends continued to live in peace and happiness. Every animal living in the enchanted forest understood that this event was a lesson. Working together and supporting each other always brings the greatest success. And thus, the sunset, Cotton's favorite time, was now celebrated as the greatest miracle of the enchanted forest. The residents of the enchanted forest would pass down this miracle from generation to generation, always remembering the power of living together. And so Cotton, Whiskers, and the other animal friends continued to watch every sunset in the enchanted forest with joy and hope, and